Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear viewers. May peace and blessings be upon you wherever you are watching from. Hope this video finds you safe. We are Assalam Mega Family, or you can call us Assalam Mega Farm, located in the Pearl of Africa, Uganda. We are youth farmers dealing in different sectors of agriculture like livestock, farming, for example, goats, cattle, and birds. We deal also in perennial crops, annual crops like coffee, banana, trees, etc. Animal feeds like sugar grass, alfalfa, and many more. Other projects like deep well drilling or deep well digging, bulk water storage, and different construction on the farm, bricklaying, irrigation system, solar system, grid system, and many others like research in agriculture. I'm the director at Assalam Mega Farm. You can call me Huzaifa, or I'm called Huzaifa. I'm gonna be taking you in this session. Consider subscribing to our channel and hit the bell so that we can be following up on every progress we are reaching on or any video we are posting. Now we start our topic. We start by saying why you should consider farming as a business, or why one has to consider farming as a business. Before going far, we have to start with what is farming. Farming, in simple terms, is a process of working on the ground or working the ground, or either way you can call it the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crops, and rearing of animals. We have to talk about a little history of farming briefly. It started 1,000 years ago, and no one can tell how old it is, but just know it's a gift from the Almighty, from ancient, as a best way of survival to the mankind. People back then were hunting, were fishing to get food, and gathering some wild crops. But after generations, people gave up due to scarcity and shortcomings, mainly the developing areas, scarcity of wild animals, and resorted to settlement and agriculture. Agriculture in the past was started by rearing and growing few crops plus gathering some foods from the wild. Then farming turned out to be feeding more people than it was before. Those who were hunters, now they show like farming is a way to go. Same as today, farming, or you can call it agriculture, feeds and is a survival for the biggest population around the world. Thanks for the farmers, because for their hustle, we are able to get or earn a living by their hustles. So we have to go about another subtopic, saying like types of farming. Growing of field crops. It's one type of farming, growing of field crops, or you can call it arable farming. There is livestock or animal husbandry, fish rearing, birds, etc. So farming, there are different sectors in farming. It's not only getting like planting crops or rearing animals. Farming doesn't only mean growing food for people and animals, but also growing things like flowers, biogas, drugs, raw materials, manure, etc. Subsistence farming, there is subsistence farming, which we can call it like growing of enough food for the family and animals. Yeah, there are challenges in farming, like in many other businesses, leaving many people as poor farmers. All the time, there has been challenges faced by people who are in farming sector, which has led them to be like they are on ground starving and unable to earn enough living. But for now, yields are starting to improving. Challenges faced by farmers have caused them to be poor farmers all time because yields are not enough and stable income isn't good. This is because they are less educated, little money or no money to buy farming equipment. Drought and other factors sometimes cause famine, leaving them miserable. But in modern ways and commercial farming, we have made farming more productive and productive in many ways. Yes, hence yielding more profits out of farming because they can grow better yield with better varieties of plants, use modern fertilizers, use more watering, and can easily control weeds and pests plus machines. Now, and the modern young farmers have been well technically educated to encounter more farming problems like selecting plants with better yields, taste and nutrition values, also plants which can survive harsh climate. Pests and diseases have also been catered for. Same to livestock. Improved breeds have been provided, as we are to see. This has brought stable income to farmers more than in any business before. So now we can see why you should choose farming over others in terms of business after knowing the above information. We shall start by saying the money in agriculture is so good. That's the first point we can talk about. In agriculture sector is where you sow one seed. For example, you plant a seed of maize, you plant a seed of bean, and you expect hundreds out of that seed in return. So if you sow hundreds or thousands or tons, then prepare, inshallah, for a huge store for your harvest in tons, and that means those are more profits, provided the basic needs are provided for the farm or for the plants or for the agricultural products you want to get out of that farm. Same to animals and birds, also fish. There are improved breeds or varieties whereby an animal can take, or a bird can take 3 to 4 months. It's grown up and it's ready, mature to be at the market. Same to the animals, same to fish. So Allah knows best what's hidden in agriculture. So agriculture, this is the number one point why you should consider agriculture as a business. Number two, we have to consider that agriculture employs you. What do we mean by agriculture employing you? Agriculture is one in a million sector which does not require you to have a degree to start it or be employed. There are many different interesting types of jobs in agriculture sector that will match your skills and passion, like rearing birds or growing different types of crops or fish farming or afforestation, floriculture. The sectors in agriculture are wide. So out of your passion, out of your skills, out of your anything, you can choose an agriculture sector, provided you make research and you provide the necessities on that sector you are going for. You will be employed and promising you the results will be better. So that's the number 2 point why you should choose agriculture, because you'll be employed and you'll have to employ others. Number 3, we shall look at the employment opportunities. It's different from the number 2, whereby it's employing you, but now employment opportunities. By choosing agriculture, you are helping the community on unemployed people or the unemployees around the community and the global at large. Why? Agriculture, you can't handle agriculture alone. If at all you're on a small scale, again, you will need at least a few people. But when you put it on a large scale, there will need, again, other people who are going to be employed on that either farm or in that sector you're carrying. Take an example. If at all you're having some hectares of maize, you can't handle it by your own. You'll need those who will help you in clearing the land, or seed sowing, or weeding, or spraying, or harvesting. And in the end, those harvests will need to be sold out. You get money. So that maize out of the field will be again in the market, and other people will be still benefiting or gaining employment out of those products. So it's a number 1 employment opportunity giver to the community. So why would one say unemployment is not my problem? But the problem is, like, when the community is safe, you will also be safe. So when you're having money and your neighbor is not having money, he will be looking at you, or she will be looking at you like, what ways can I get money out of this person? So if at all you're providing employment opportunities to people with such ideas, you'll be calming down the risks of theft and other violences that are to be seen, or that can be seen in the community due to poverty and due to unemployment. Number 4, we have to talk about pharmaceutical products. For many generations, humans have been using agriculture to deal or to heal themselves in many ways. For example, plant roots, leaves, and stems are used in treatment of different infections and aid in digestion, like ginger, moringa, cactus, aloe vera. There are different products in agriculture whereby you will need agriculture to eradicate or to heal some of the, not only some of, but most of the diseases or infections we get, like flu, like malaria, like poor digestion, like most of the cleansers in the body are herbal. So by choosing agriculture as a business, you're providing or you're targeting the pharmaceutical products, whereby you'll be having a ready market for your products. That means money will be just waiting for you instead of you waiting for money. So choose agriculture and it will never disappoint you. Some things like we can get in animals that can heal us, there are animal hooves, animal bones, etc. Through agriculture, saving medical bills can also be good, whereby the family can be treated naturally by herbs from agriculture. That is the number 1 saving tool in a family, whereby if at all you are to eradicate poverty in the family and in the community and global at large, diseases and infections are the number 1 cause of poverty in people. Cause why? When you're sick, or your loved ones, or the neighbors, or the global is sick, like for example in times of COVID, poverty overwhelmed because of that COVID-19. So by choosing this agriculture, you'll have another way of helping you as yourself, the family, and the community at large. we shall go to number 5. There is providing raw materials. Wow. When we talk about providing raw materials, agriculture is the leading producers of raw materials in the global community. Without accessing raw materials, manufacturers can't make products. For example, for the furnitures, they will need timber. Yeah, they will need timber. For the medical or the medicines, they will need herbs. And for the cotton, as in like these cloth manufacturers, they will need wool, they will need cotton, they will need many raw materials from agriculture that will help in making clothes, making covers. They can get it from hides and skins for wearing, and many other raw materials that are got from, let's say, these fibers for the car tires, and many others. Here we see more money one can get in agriculture when you choose it. So let's end by saying like sustaining lives by providing food. Agriculture, as we talked earlier, is the number one sustainable sector. Can I call it like that? It's the number one way of living. Take an example in times of COVID, whereby many countries were in lockdown. Food was the now way to go, whether you are working, whether you're not working, whether you're an essential worker or you're just a day-to-day, whatever it is. Providing food, we need to survive, starting from the farmer's family to the community and the globe at large. Through agriculture, food is readily available in different varieties, hence giving chance to family-free families and community. In the end, saving the farmer's cost would be spent on food. So that way, when food is covered for, when medication is covered for, then the money, even if it's the little money you're earning, will have more chances of multiplying other than spending it on food and spending it on drugs, whereby the surplus of the food will be sold to the community and hence gaining more profits out of agriculture. So this is the recommendation, or in the end of this video, like take enough research in any sector of agriculture you would love, either livestock, either farming like crops, whether you choose to do like fishing, whether you do fish farming, whether you'd like to do floriculture. There are different types of farming, but in the end we shall look at profitability of that sector. So agriculture is the number one sector whereby you'll have many chances of multiplying your profits. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing to our channel. We shall be dealing in different sectors of agriculture. We shall be bringing you different levels or different sectors per video in livestock, in farming, and in different construction farming sites.